Hey, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. I want to offer you a motivational moment to help you keep going on your reseller business. I get discouraged sometimes, and these things help me. I know they will help you too. So let's get motivated. Today's motivational moment is pay yourself. Don't work for free. You have got to pay yourself. If you don't, you're going to quit right away. Yes, it's easy to work this reselling business when you're making big sales, but it's really, really hard to keep going when all you do is sell the $5 item or the $10 item. Is it even worth it? Yes. If you consistently pay yourself and give yourself raises when your business grows, it will be totally worth it, I promise. So how do I pay myself when my income is so inconsistent? Well, I've got 4 steps for you that will help. All right? Number 1, pick a day or a date to pay yourself. When you choose a day, it's good to stay consistent with your payment schedule. 1 Corinthians 14:40 says, "But all things must be done properly and in an orderly manner. You need to have order in your business for it to go great. And then also pick a day that's going to work in your finances. You obviously don't want to pick a payday that's going to be after when all your major bills are due. So James 1:5 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask of God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." My wisdom comes from the Lord. That's where I get a lot of it. And as I learn, I grow in my wisdom. When are your bills due? Are they due on the 1st of the month? Are they due on the 15th of the month? When are you going to buy more products? You don't want to drain your business account with paying yourself if you're going to have to buy products. You need more product to be able to continue in this business. So make sure you're not draining your account when also paying yourself a paycheck. Also, okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is pick an amount. Be reasonable in your choices and have self-control. Okay, if you're only making, $200 a week, don't say, "I'm going to pay myself $150," because now you have no money to buy product. Proverbs 25:28 says, "Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control." We do not want the walls of your reseller business to crumble to pieces, all right? So make sure that you have self-control in what you legitimately are going to choose for your actual payment. So there's 3 different areas I want to talk to in picking an amount. There's the beginning, there's when you're an established business, and then also we'd like to talk about the future, of course, because that's always fun. So in the beginning, you're going to reinvest most of what you make and pay yourself very little. There were times in the first few months I paid myself nothing, but obviously with this motivational moment, I don't want you to do that. You can pay yourself as little as $5 a week or $10 a week or 5% of whatever you bring in. And so you can pay yourself that amount. But you're going to be reinvesting a lot of it at the beginning just so that you can buy more product. I started with $300 and then, grew it to $600 and then reinvested that and paid myself a little bit of money. And then I reinvested more and more. And my last purchase was actually around $5,000 for one major purchase, as you can see behind me. Lots of pallets of liquidation. And so that's kind of in the beginning what happens there. But as you grow, you're going to be able to pay yourself more money. And so when you're established, kind of where I'm at now, you're going to set an amount every week. It can be an actual flat rate amount, which can be a little bit difficult with this inconsistent income. But if you do a flat rate, it can be $100 a week, $200 a week. You need to figure out what's going to work in your budget and what you can actually afford out of your business. Or you can set a percentage. I like to set the percentage simply because it fluctuates all the time with the amount of things that I sell. So if I set a percentage, I know if I want more money, I have to work a little bit harder to make that percentage dollar amount go up. And so it could be 10%. That's what I initially paid myself until it grew more. And now I pay myself 20% every time I get a disbursement from my Amazon seller account. And so you can kind of decide on that. And now I have a monthly goal based off of the last 2 years of selling. I now have a monthly goal. I would like to be able to reach this amount a month in making money. And so then when I transfer into my regular checking account, I know, okay, if I can reach this goal, it's the same as last year or higher. And so then I can even see, is my business growing? And then of course, the fun part to think about as far as picking an amount is the future. Set up a regular salary. No matter how much you make in your reseller business, I know I'm going to make $400 a week. I'm going to make $1,000 a week. So you pick the number that's going to be legitimate for you in the future. What do you want to get to? What's your goal as a reseller? Where do you want to be as far as regular income? Use the excess money. It's an inconsistent income. And if you have a flat rate that you always pay yourself, use that excess money for fun things like vacation or, have a retirement plan. And then my favorite is always give generously out of your excess. And so that's number 2 is pick an amount. Number 3, just like I've been talking about, reselling is a very inconsistent income level. And so what do you do with the excess cash? Say you have a flat rate of, I'm going to pay myself $400 a week, and you get the $400 a week, but this week you made really, really good money. And so what do you do with that excess cash? All right. So Matthew 25, 14 through 25 is a parable that Jesus taught about basically a boss or a master who gave talents of money to those who worked with him. And it says this, for it's like a man going on a journey who summoned his workers and entrusted his property to them. To one, he gave 5 talents, which is basically an increment of money. So kind of like the equivalent of $500. To another gave 2, so like $200. And to another 1, each according to his ability. And so he knew the one that he gave $500 to, he could trust with $500. The one he gave $200 to, he could trust with $200. And then the one he gave $100 to, he knew he could trust with the $100. All right. And the same. So basically what happened was he left and went on a journey and expected them to do something with the money. Well, the one who had the $500, and I know it's talents, not dollars, but I'm just using dollars to make it a little simpler. But the one who had the $500 basically reinvested it, took it to the bank, took it to put it in stock portfolios, things like that he had wisdom in. All right. So he invested it. Same thing with the person who had the $200. And then the one with the $100 basically was afraid to lose the $100. And so he buried it in a hole. When the boss came back, the one with the $500 said, hey, I invested it and now I have $500 more. So here is $1,000. Same thing with the one who had 2. He said, I invested it and now I have not $200, but $400. And then the one with the $100 says, hey, I was afraid to lose the money and I worried about it. And so I buried it in a hole. So here's your $100 back. Well, that kind of irritated the boss because basically he entrusted these 3 workers to do a job. And that last one did not do the job because it was too hard. It was too hard to look into where to invest. He was lazy. And so basically that $100 that would have been his was given to the one who had gained the most money simply because they could be entrusted. So basically the low guy on the totem pole got fired because he didn't do with it what he was actually supposed to do. When this man went on a journey, he basically wanted these men to continue to grow the business and they did not. And so excess cash, what do you do with it? You can give yourself a bonus. You can make yourself, you can grow it. Just like I said, in the previous point, you can grow it. You don't have to do this all the time, but occasionally rewarding yourself will keep you motivated in doing your job. Now, these guys got rewarded for their good investments. Their boss rewarded them for their good investments. And so you are your own boss. So reward yourself for investing well. When you have excess money because you've been wise in your reselling business, reward yourself with a bonus. Make sure you're encouraging your own hard work. Also, the other thing you could do with any kind of excess money is put it aside for big product purchases that you've been waiting around to do. You might be searching for something and going, oh, I wish I could buy that pellet. There would be so much reselling value in that pellet, but I just don't have enough. So set aside kind of a fund so that when you get to those larger purchases, you have the income to be able to reinvest it, just like the men did with the talents. So having a goal to make larger purchases will reap rewards, and it's always a good plan in the reseller world. In the reseller world, you do actually have to spend money to make money, just like the men that were given the talents or coins. Be wise in your money spending, and you can make it grow. And then the last one, number 4, pick a big goal to strive for. Have a large project you're striving for. You can be prosperous with hard work. I follow godly principles, and therefore this verse definitely applies to me, and you may have heard of it as well. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future." And I want to be prosperous in my business, and I'm very thankful that I am thus far. So make sure that this big goal that you want to have, fund it with your business. You can have things such as an IRA or a retirement you can fund with your business, a college fund for your kiddos, something smaller maybe, a new bedroom set. I'm actually saving up for a new bedroom set for my girls because their room is very, very crowded and they share a room. And so I have found some unique ways of space saving to buy them, beds that have drawers in them and dressers that are tall and thin, not wide, since there's a smaller room. What about something even smaller, a new TV? You can have a goal of a new TV to strive for. When I make X amount of dollars of excess cash, then I will get a new TV. What about something even smaller than that? You can buy yourself a new outfit. Check out my Posh store. I've got tons of things, lots of fun things. But anyway, a new outfit. Have a goal to strive for. That's really going to keep you motivated in this business. You need to be sure you're paying yourself, or you'll just be spinning your wheels with busy work. Make sure you take a salary. This business is an easy one to forget about paying yourself. If you give yourself a salary, then you'll really be able to see if you're being profitable in your business. It'll also help you to spur on working harder at your business. I know it's a motivator. It's a motivator to know that your business allowed you to pay cash for some things. I remember the last vacation we took, and I was able to pay cash directly out of excess income from my business. I did not feel guilty one bit when I was on that vacation and any money I spent on it, because it was all being cash flowed out of the excess funds that I made out of my business. And that was an amazing, peaceful feeling. I really got to enjoy the vacation rather than stressing about how am I going to pay for this when I get home. Even if it's as small as a dinner out with your hubby or as large as a family vacation, it will keep you motivated. Make sure you're not working for free and paying yourself. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins. If you don't attend church or cannot get out, please join me and my church family on our church's live stream on Facebook in the link below. The one who is usually preaching is my hubby, the voice from behind the camera. And you might even see me singing on the praise team. The live stream usually begins between 10:30 and 10:45 after our announcement time on Sundays. Just tune in and enjoy. I really hope this helped you today. If you would like to purchase the complete transcript of this motivational moment, just head on over to hookedonpickin.com and search for the topic title, or click the link in the description below and I will email you the PDF right away. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. If you'd like to watch more of my videos, just click on them here. And if you'd like to learn more about the reseller world, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Thanks.